Good morning, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well this Tuesday morning. Yesterday's assignment was to create a found poem. I had you take a look at Amanda Gorman, the Youth Poet Laureate's poem that she has written for the pandemic during this time, and it was filled with beautiful language. Your assignment was to either use that poem or any other piece of writing that you have lying around. We talked about, maybe using a magazine, and we took a look at all of these beautiful words about sweetgrass here. And then we were going to steal those words and create our own poem. This book I found upstairs in my bathroom this morning. It's called Steal Like an Artist. And I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we were doing. And then I opened up to the first page, and there's this quote here that's completely perfect. It says, "Immature poets imitate, mature poets steal, bad poets deface what they take, and good poets make it into something better, or at least something different. The good poet welds his theft into a whole of feeling which is unique, utterly different from that which it was torn." So that's what I'm asking you to do. Take some words from another artist, another poet, another writer, and steal them and turn it into something even better, or at least a little bit different. So I just want to take you through my process that I went through yesterday and share my poem with you, and then talk about today's assignment a little bit more. So when I was finished with the video yesterday, introducing the assignment, I thought for sure, I was like, ooh, there's so many beautiful words about sweetgrass. I'm going to write a poem about sweetgrass. But then I didn't write my poem yesterday. I wrote it this morning. And when I woke up this morning, you know how you're like half awake, and I just opened my eyes and I can see this window, and the window, it looked so beautiful out, and I felt super grateful for this new day. And I reread some of the words that I had jotted down in my notebook from Amanda Gorman, and that was the poem that came to me today. Maybe I'll save this sweetgrass poem idea for another one I might write, but this is the poem that was with me today. This is what I had inside me. So I just want to take you through my process a little bit. So I had all these really beautiful words, and I had a few different pages, and I just started circling the ones that I really liked. I like the bird it's braved by humankind, best of beings. That part actually didn't make it into my poem. What else did I really like? I had another page here too, where I had written some other of my favorites down here. So what I did is I just thought, which of these am I going to use? And I thought, and I circled them. And this was my rough draft that I came up with. So you can see, I just started kind of thinking, what do I want my poem to say? And I thought about waking up this morning and seeing that beautiful window. So at the beginning I had, "Awaken to the sunlight streaming through the morning window." And then I read back some of the words, and Amanda Gorman had in her poem, "Crowning clouds and golden, wide and warming." So then I was like, ooh, let me make that even better. So that first stanza turned into, awaken to the crowning clouds and golden sunlight, wide and warming, streaming through the morning window. And then I just kind of went down the list of words and phrases that I picked out of that poem. But then I started putting my own in there too. And you can see this part of the process. I kind of had all of this written down, and then I went back once I had some more ideas, and I revised to make it even better. And then I thought, you know what? I'm feeling super creative this morning. I guess that sunlight shining through the window zapped my creativity in a good way, and I felt super creative. And I said, I don't want to just share this with my students. I want to kind of do something artsy. So here you can see this is supposed to be kind of like a window, and then here's the sunlight, the sunrise kind of streaming. You can see some of the clouds in there. So this is after I revised, this is my published poem. So this is how it goes. "Awaken to the crowning clouds, golden sunlight wide and warming, streaming through the morning window. Give gratitude as this nascent day emerges, freshly brimming with what's possible or impossible. Shake off the burdens you braved before this new day began. Chin up, smile sweetly, stretch and grin as the body groans and creaks in its preliminary efforts, preparing for something fuller, more important, a bombardment of humanity. Assembled all of the gathered crumbs in a basket until it's plentiful, existing in great quantities, abundant, plentiful. So that's my finished poem. And as I was looking at these stolen words from Amanda Gorman, I did add my own words. So 2 other strategies that I used, the first one, nascent. I knew I wanted to use that word nascent. It wasn't in Amanda's poem, but I knew I really liked that word. So I wasn't sure how to spell it, so I looked it up on my phone here, Nascent, and then it gave me the definition. And once I got to that definition, there were some new words in there. I was like, oh, those words are good too. I'm going to steal those words too. So the definition of nascent is just coming into existence and beginning to display future signs of potential. And I really liked, that's the perfect word. That's exactly how I'm feeling this morning. And I stole some of those words in there too. And then when I looked at my poem and there were some words in my rough draft that I didn't really like, I just looked up the definition of some words. And definitions, still like an artist, you would never really think, oh, the definitions in the dictionary are super creative. They're usually kind of boring, but there are some really beautiful words in there too. So just by using my phone to look at my picture of Sunday on my phone. She's still sleeping. She is not a morning dog at all. She doesn't even, most dogs will get up and be all happy to see you in the morning. She doesn't even care. She's like, yeah, great, you're up early. Well, I'm sleeping till noon at least, probably. And then she's happy to see me. Or if I start cooking, she'll be up for sure. There she is. Anyway, so I just used my phone as a tool too and looked up definitions of words, especially if I didn't feel like it was just the right word. I would look up a word that I thought was close to it, and then sometimes in that definition it gave me ideas for new words. And the final place where I stole from, that last stanza where it says, assemble all of the gathered crumbs in a basket until it's plenty full. I stole from this artist, Mary Oliver. Mary Oliver, this book, Devotions. Mary Oliver is one of my very, 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 very favorite poets. And she has a poem where, I'll share it with you too. I have a picture of it here. I don't have the page marked, whoops. And her poem that's called Don't Hesitate. The last line, it's talking about grabbing all of the joy in the world. And her last line is, joy is not made to be a crumb. So don't just you just have to have little tiny bits of joy in your life and the rest is, miserable. Joy isn't made to be a crumb. Once you find it, gather it all up. So that's where I stole that last line from in that last stanza. Assemble all of the gathered crumbs. So all of the little pieces of joy throughout your day, just gather them up and put them in a big basket. Obviously, that's a metaphor, not a literal basket, and the crumbs aren't literal crumbs, but those little pieces of joy that you find all throughout your day. Gather them up and hold on to them, and by the end of the day, you'll have this big basket full of things to be grateful for. So that is my poem that I wanted to share with you today from yesterday's assignment. In today's writing assignment, you're going to take a look at some of those, I put this on the page, those prompts for a new poem. Some of them, write a poem about you writing this poem. Learn 5 words and write a poem with those new words. Ooh, that sounds amazing to me. 3rd grade right now is doing those words of the day video. So take a look at those words of the day video that the 3rd graders have been posting on our website. And they're so stinking adorable. I think I might write that poem. That's what I have in my brain right now at this moment. Learn 5 new words and write a poem about those new words. Write a poem about your last dream. I had a dream. My last dream that I remember was I was on a kayak with Mr. Ash, and it was a super tippy kayak, and all of a sudden there's this huge alligator in the water right in front of me, and I came to this realization that, holy cow, this whole body, I don't even know what body of water we were in, is like teeming with alligators, and if we tip, we are gonna die. And then the boat was even more tippy. So that's my latest dream. Maybe I'll write a poem about that too. Write a poem about two opposite things and tie in potential similarities. That's one I'd have to think about. Write a poem about your culture. Write a poem about your favorite childhood pastime and tie it to the present. Read a poem from a poet that you don't like. Rewrite the poem from your own perspective. I'm trying to think of a poet that I don't really like. I know who I love, but a poet that I don't really like. I'd have to really think about that one. Usually I don't like the older kind of poems and poets from a long time ago, that they're kind of difficult to understand. So maybe that's something I could do. Or switch it around and find a poet that you really do like Mary Oliver. I love you, Mary Oliver. And rewrite one of their poems too. So it doesn't, you can switch these up as much as you want. Write a poem about your favorite cozy space. Oh, that's a good one too. Or write a poem using words that start with the first letter of your name. Feel free, this is on your assignment for today. Feel free to write a poem about whatever you want, just as long as you remember really the objective is to keep you reading, keep you writing, keep you speaking. Speaking of, on Friday we'll have a Zoom meeting at 2:00. I'll put more information out about that. I hope you can join us, but come prepared with something that you've written this week to share. All right, I hope you have a great week. I'll see you soon. I miss you.